Okay, you are welcome back again. This is the second tutorial class on Venn diagram. So I call this one online tutorial class 2. So in this video, we want to consider another case which I think is very important for you guys to know about it. So let's take a look at the second tutorial question, which says that for any two sets A and B of a universal set mu, what the statement is saying is that there's a broad universal set mu that contains set A and set B. The operation A star B is equals to A union B complement in a bracket, then intersection A complement union B. We are asked to use Venn diagram to shade the portion for A star B. Second question is that even if at all there is a third set C, which is also non-empty set, and it also belongs to the universal set mu, we are to use Venn diagram to shade the portion for A intersection B in the bracket, then star C. That is exactly what we are asked to do. So you see now that this question here, it has to do with complement, and that is why we emphasize on the universal set compared to the tutorial question 1 on Venn diagram, which has nothing to do with the complement. Now let's proceed. The first thing we're going to do is that we're going to consider sets that contain three sets, such that we have element in all the three of them, like I've shown you before. In this case, we have our set A to be 1, 2, 4, 5. Now, what about A complement? A complement here is what? 3, 6, 7, and 8. Now, what about set B? Our set B here is 2, 3, then 5 and 6. Then the next thing now is for us to compute the B complement. And here we have it to be 1, 4, 7, and 8. So let's take a look at the third set, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, and we call that one set C. Now, what about its complement? Its complement is indeed 1, 2, 3, and 8. So we need this template to proceed and provide a correct solution to the problem at hand. The first thing we are going to do now is this. We need to obtain A union B complement. Like I've shown you before, we already know our B complement. Then A union B complement, that is to give us the set of X that is in A or in B complement. Don't forget what I've said earlier. It's a set. A union B complement is a set of X, the set that belongs to A or B complement. So here we have it, as you can see on the screen, which will give us 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. That is not all. We need to proceed and obtain what we know as A complement union B. Now, in this case, we know our A complement already. We know our B. So what will give us its union will be 2, 3, then 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, the next thing now is for us to compute A star B. And we're still going to make use of the expression that was given to us earlier, which says that A star B is what? A union B complement in a bracket, the intersection of A complement union B. So in this case, we already know our A union B complement. We know our A complement union B. Then let's find its intersection. Then its intersection will actually give us 2, 5, 7, and 8. Now, before I proceed, it's very important for me to emphasize on this expression that A star B here is talking about elements that is in A and also in B. Remember that I emphasized on this during our physical class, that it must be A and B. So here, what is that? We have it to be 2, 5, and 7, and 8. That is our A star B. Okay, now I think we can provide a correct answer to the first tutorial question now, which asks us to shade the diagram, the Venn diagram for A star B. And based on our previous illustration, or estimation or calculation, we can say that A star B is what? 2, 5, 7, and 8. So we go back to our zoomed Venn diagram, as you can see there. Now, the next thing is this. What is our A star B? We can see that our A star B is what? We are going to shade 2, we are going to shade 5, we are going to shade 7, and we are going to shade 8. And that is how to obtain the solution to the first question here. Let's proceed to the second question. Now let's proceed and provide a correct solution to the second question, which says that we have to illustrate A intersection B in the bracket, then star C. Now, if you look at this very well, you notice that there are certain things we really need to recall. The first thing is that we need to recall our assumed set A, which is 1, 2, 4, and 5. The next thing is for us to recall our assumed set B, which is 2, 3, 5, and 6. Now, if you look at this very well, you notice that we need our A intersection B, and here, A intersection B is the element that is in A and also in B, and we have it to be what? 2 and 5. Let's call that one X. If we call this one X, then what do we need? We need our X complement. Here, our X complement means that every element that is in the universal set and that is not in A intersection B. Let me say it again. X complement here means that, or perhaps I should say it, A intersection B complement here. It means that element in the universal set that is element in the universal set that is not in A. So that is what we have as X complement. So let's proceed now. What is now our A intersection B star C? That is the same thing as X star C. So if you go back to the expression that we know before, A star B is what? A union B complement in the bracket, then intersection A complement union B. So in the same pattern, what is now our X star C? X star C will now be X union B complement, intersection X complement union C. So this is what we are going to use to obtain the element in A intersection B in the bracket, then star C. So finally, we are through now. The next thing is now for us to compute S star C. And as you can see here, for us to find S star C, we need to find the union of the first, and that is 2, 5, then a bracket, then union 1, 2, 3, 8. Then intersection. Then what about the second one? That is 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 in the bracket. Then union 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this one will lead us to X star C, which is the expression we have on the screen, and that one can easily give us S star C, and we can still further see that from here S star C is 1, 3, 5, and 8, because we have to focus on the intersection. So by the time we have 1, 3, 5, and 8, then we can go back to our template to now draw. You now see that we have to sketch 1, we have to sketch 3, and we have to sketch 5, and we have to sketch 8, and that one will give us the answer to the second question. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best.